Ukrainian intelligence revealed new details of the recent operation in Crimea. New footage of the operation has been released. Technological battle on the peninsula, the defeat of Russian radar stations is recorded on the footage. Intelligence showed how the drone of the special unit Ghosts escaped a missile strike. The drone dodged a missile from the Russian Pantsir-S1 complex and continued its attack. Recall that these days Ukraine's defense intelligence carried out strikes on Russian air defense systems in temporarily occupied Crimea, rendering them ineffective. Ukraine's defense intelligence reported the information. For several days, the occupiers in temporarily occupied Crimea were shaken by an unprecedented roar. Their costly air defense systems proved powerless against the precise strikes of Ukraine's defense intelligence, the report says. Among the destroyed air defense systems, 48 Ya-6, K-1 Podlet, 2 units, 1 L-125 Niobium SV, 2 units, 39 N-6 Kasta 2x10 squared, 3 units, 9 C-19 Ginger, NATO designation, high screen, Nebo SV, S-300 VM, Nebo M, 59 N-6, Protivnik GE, MICE radar. Additionally, the strikes targeted and damaged an S-300 SV launcher, command posts of the ST-68 radar, the 39 N-6 Kasta 2x10 squared radar. Furthermore, 3 Pantsir-S1 anti-aircraft missile and gun systems, a C-4236 project transport and towing vessel, the universal tugboat Fedor Yuryapin, and a Russian Mi-8 helicopter were also hit. Video showing the aftermath of the Ukrainian drone attack at Russia's strategic Engels airfield has been published in social media. The videos published on X show the destruction caused by the drone attack on the airfield in southern Russian Saratov region on the night leading to March 20th as well as the moment of the strike. The attack has potentially destroyed a significant stockpile of Russian missiles and fuel in the area. 2 people have been injured as a result of the fire, local authorities said. Russian sources reported that the explosion was so powerful that it scattered debris up to 5 kilometers away and wiped out a nearby settlement. Dozens of low-flying, Ludiai, kamikaze drones were reportedly used in the attack. The attack has caused massive damage, according to the reports. A source within the Security Service of Ukraine, SBU, confirmed hitting the airbase Engels. The statement comes after Regional Governor Roman Busargin reported the heaviest drone strike against Saratov region throughout the entire 3 years of full-scale war. It should be noted that 2 95 MS and 2 160 fighters are stationed at the Engels airfield, located about 500 kilometers from the border with Ukraine. These aircraft are regularly used to carry out strikes on Ukraine.
Вообще жесть.
О, нету дач. Нету ни одной дачи. Все дачи пострадали. Разруха пиздец. Даже ходить опасно, сказали сейчас. Полиция сказала уходить, что сейчас еще прилеты будут и детонации будут. Не рвитесь сюда никто. Осколки летают. Такие тяжеленькие. Вот смотрите, какие осколки. Вот металлические. Вот они валяются везде. Вот.
Взрывается что-то. Что там? А? Роб, не слышу, что говорит.
Ну что-то взрывается и отлетает, блядь, как...
Freezing the current front line in Ukraine would leave it vulnerable to another attack, Business Insider reports. Experts warn that the freeze would likely be a prelude to future conflict rather than a long-term solution. This is especially true without US security guarantees or sufficient international peacekeepers to monitor and respond to renewed Russian aggression, the report says. There are few naturally defensible positions between the front lines and key strategic targets, meaning the temptation for Russia to violate the ceasefire and take advantage of Ukraine's fragile defensive situation will be high. RAND Europe senior fellow Bryden Sperling said the further west the front line goes, the worse it is for Ukraine. Given the concentration of strategic and economic power centers near the front, he said Ukraine will seek to draw the line to take advantage of geography that gives its defenders an advantage. The US Council on Foreign Relations concluded that Ukraine could effectively defend itself by creating a layered territorial defense system that would include a hardened perimeter defense, rapid reaction forces, and enhanced protection of cities and critical infrastructure. Experts estimate that this would require about 550,000 active Ukrainian troops and 450,000 in reserve, and would cost between $20 billion and $40 billion a year. To deter another Russian attack, Ukraine would need to establish extensive defensive lines of mines, trenches and artillery, and guard them with enough troops to slow the advancing forces and move more resources, the publication notes. It is emphasized that Russia can use a period of several months to restore its reserves. Whatever form a ceasefire takes, any deal that freezes the current front line is unlikely to hold, said Stefan Wolf, Professor of International Security at the University of Birmingham in the UK. He believes a strong enough security guarantee from countries like the US could act as a deterrent to Russia. If Ukraine is properly armed and given some security guarantees, even poorly fortified lines can become more defensible simply because of the price Ukraine can impose on Russia in the future. Sperling agreed. If Europe or the US were indeed prepared to provide real support in the event of a renewed conflict by Russia, this would create a serious strategic dilemma for any future Russian ambitions in Ukraine and would greatly increase Ukraine's ability to withstand any new invasion.